I'm Tyson.
I'm Casey.
I'm Michael.
And Dave is going to be joining us here shortly. And this is Into the Stream. What's up, Copper family? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, dude, we got Michael P on Into the Stream. It's kind of cool.
It's awesome. It's awesome to have you here, Michael.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, we're way excited. We want to tell everyone, where you are right now, a little bit about yourself while we wait for Dave, and then after that, we'll say hi to everyone.
All right. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. I work at a Handsome Fellas Barber Shop in St. Matthews. And, yeah, I've been barbering for about 1.5 years, 2 years now. And, that's about it.
That's awesome. Yeah, and how do you say Louisville?
Louisville.
Oh my God. He says it right.
Sorry I was late, guys. I'm here. I apologize for the. Thank you. Keep it down.
Hey, thanks for joining us, Dave. I know you were here. He was here for like 10-15 minutes while his Mac was getting updated. So.
Yeah, stupid Mac. What's up, everybody in the chat?
So Michael Dave, why don't you introduce yourself real quick?
What's up, Dave?
Everyone knows who Dave is, but
no,
tell
they
us
don't.
where they can find
Stop.
you.
Quit it. Nobody knows who I am. All right, so my name is Dave. I am Bearded Ambitions. I'm a guy that does things and stuff. I love barbering. That was the crickets of nobody saying they knew me.
What is that?
But yeah, no, I like to have a lot of fun. Been in the beard game for a while. I don't know. I just have lots of fun, man. I do the things and stuff. I love everything about loving everything about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, well, awesome, Michael. Awesome, Dave. Appreciate you guys joining us. These guys are some really good barbers. Michael, how long you been a barber?
For about 2 years now. About a year and a half. Yeah.
And Dave?
A little over 2. About 2.5, something like that. Yeah.
So we were just talking, and Michael does between 10 to 12 haircuts a day, beard trims, all that fun stuff, and Dave does a lot too. So what we're going to start and just say hi to everyone. Let's just say hi. I was excited that Michael was on board with us. So, what's up, E? How you doing, buddy?
First, always, E-Rock. What's up? There's Ellie.
How you doing, Ellie?
Mr. Dave himself, right there. Bearded Ambitions. Chris Stevens. What's up? Jason Klein. How are you?
Mr. Jason.
Mark Brown. Good to see you.
Mark
here. Some people talking between each other. What's up, Brett?
Hey, Brett.
Burton.
Always good to have you here.
Bearded Bridge.
Daniel the Bearded. How are
you?
you?
Daniel.
Steven, how are you?
Hey, Steven.
Steven, yes, sorry.
Devon.
Nicholas, how are you doing?
Nixie.
He's got a nice beard.
Yeah. Hi, Nicholas.
Dan,
hey, Dan.
What's up? And I think we got one more Jason in here.
We got Vato and all that kind of stuff.
Andy, and Vato. What's up, guys? Thanks for coming in tonight. And it's awesome to have Michael on screen with us. Finally, he's been in chat about every night, so it's good to have him here.
He's like one of the OGs to the hype too, right? Like it's so cool to see like when I was being a barber and then Mike was being a barber and like we used to talk and chat in the chat. Like this is like literally I think our first time ever meeting on screen.
Yeah.
Super cool, man. I'm super excited for you. Like I remember when you were doing it, I was excited. I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's doing this. This is so great. I love it.
Man.
So,
honestly, Dave, man, you're the one that pushed me for that, buddy.
Oh,
you're the one that got me to take that leap of faith, brother.
That's awesome, dude.
Good
That's so cool. Yeah, like Dan was saying, man, it's so awesome when you see people betting on themselves, right? Like
it is.
Yeah.
Super cool. Like
there's a lot of inspiration in this community, a lot of motivational talk and inspiration. I wouldn't be where I'm at now without a few of the conversations I've had with people in this community. So yes, it's amazing what those little things that you soak in can do for you. in your daily life. You know?
And then you hear stuff like that, and it just makes you want to freaking. You're so humbling. When I heard that just now, Michael, dude, that was so humbling, bro.
It's
so
the
cool,
truth,
dude.
though, buddy.
So awesome, man. So awesome.
So E, just like E said, E just did a question. We'll get to that in just a second, E.
I
But
can't
if you guys
stand
have
it.
any questions, please feel free to ask away.
away.
We'll star them, we'll highlight them, and when we get to it, and we'll get to it down the road. But hey, what's up, Andy? Hope you're
You'll see
doing
the
well,
questions, Mike, when he puts them on the screen. So you
Okay.
Yeah.
because you're on
Yeah.
the phone.
So okay, we'll just ask this question for him. It's like, what did you do, Michael P, before coming to becoming a barber?
he was a hanger on and chats on YouTube all the time. That's what he did.
Well, that's a fact. I was in the printing industry. Yeah, I printed for 15 to 20 years. I printed newspaper ads for your Sunday newspaper. I made envelopes, but I did a bunch of other odds and ends job for the most part. So I was in the printing industry.
So, what? I sorry to cut you off, Tyson. What do you like about this better than what you were doing before? What is
Everything.
Is there benefits to this over your other job?
Oh yeah, when I leave my job now, I can go to a restaurant and not be dirty.
Okay.
You know? I can go straight from work
And you smell good.
and smell
There you
good and
go.
do anything. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I just
So what-
love being a barber.
What attracted both of you to becoming a barber? Then let's talk about that real quick.
You go first, Mike.
A bad beard trim, man.
Really?
Yes. A lady told me that she could trim my beard one time, and she took my mustache off. And after that, I started finding Dan. I found Dave. I found, all of you. I found the community. And I started watching hair videos and beard videos, and I was enamored with it. And I said, well, there's got to be something to this,
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard Dave one day, he said he just quit his job, went straight to barbering, and then it got my mind flowing. And then one day I just quit. I enrolled in barber school, and that was it, man.
Wow.
I remember in the chats, like Mike would be so excited, bro, and I was super excited for him too, right? Because it's not a little thing. Like barbering is like a kind of an art form. It's kind of amazing when you do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's super awesome.
And what about you, Dave?
Love you too, brother.
So I actually started barbering because it's been something I've always wanted to do. I started a little later in life, right? I've always wanted to be a barber, and I was sick and tired of not doing what I want to do, and I didn't want to go through life regretting not doing what I wanted to do, right? So I don't know if you guys remember when I quit my job, but I started going to freaking barber school, man, and that was like the scariest day ever. But doing it now, I don't regret it at all. I just now did another leap of faith, and I just quit the job that I got to move to Minnesota. So now I'm back after it, and I have to test now again. That's the only thing I don't like about barbering.
That's crazy.
Is a stupid test that I got to take. But I got to do a practical now again, and then I got to take another 200 question test again. So I'm like a little freaking out because I am not a good tester. And I was like, Dave, you'll be fine. I'm like, yeah, let me freak out, okay? Just let me.
See, in Kentucky, it's 50 questions, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so crazy.
So is that state to state?
Yeah, every state has different requirements. Luckily, because I've been a barber for so long, I don't have to do more school hours. So they said I don't have to do that, but I have to take a practical in front of an examiner, which I don't think is gonna be that big of a deal. I just do it. It just I don't usually have somebody watching what I'm doing when I'm, you know what I mean. So it's a little different. But I'll be fine, I'm sure. But what up, people in the chat?
Tests can get me sometimes just because I don't know if I'm patient enough for tests. Sitting down and doing it, but if it's something for a career like that, it's something you're going to take a little more.
Do you remember in high school, like when you had to take what were those, the math and the reading tests to pass high school? I purposefully did not fail those every year to get out of class, but I may or may not have eat something on them in the little bubble sheets. That could have happened in every test. It might happen.
Not you, Dave.
No, I would never do that. Yeah.
So when do you take that test?
The test is coming up in May. So I have to take the practical, and then after the practical, then you got to take the written. All in the same day. Well, practical first, it's 2 hours. So I give you 2 hours to do a haircut, shave, perm, and then you got to do a facial.
Oh, you have to do
2
it.
hours to get all 4 things.
So
Huh?
barbers, you have
You have
to
to
do
do a
perm?
perm.
Yeah, so different things in different states, right? So in Florida, I did master barbering, which means I can do female haircuts. I can do all of them. So that's a little different barbering, right? So it's like an open barber license. So I can do anything I want to do, color, anything. So it's different. There's other barber tests that you can take, like maybe Michael did, where you can only do like certain male things. You're not allowed to color. I don't know if you color or anything.
Yeah,
but, like, I don't know.
I've colored before.
Yeah. So I mean, they do like certain things for different deals. But yeah, I have to learn how to make sure I can do a perm, which I'll probably never do. But they want you to know how to do it. But yeah, no, it's not even scary for me. The perm part of it, I got to do 6 of them. It's not a big deal. So I got to do 3 back and 3 forward. No big deal. I think they'll be easy. But
Did you say that's all within 2 hours, or you have 2 hours
2 hours to do everything.
to everything? Okay.
You got to do a haircut, you got to do a facial, you got to do a shave,
Okay.
and you got to do. I'm kind of scared with the shave though, because the shave is kind of a big deal. So
I love
usually
it.
those I take my time with, but I mean, yeah, no, I love it too. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
like, I take my time, I'm gonna be all freaking out. Like, I mean, I already
Yeah.
shake, but I mean, like, yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about barbering and all that. So when you have a client walk in, what do you expect from your client as you walk in? Like, what do you expect the barbers to know when? Let me start over. Let's just talk about your client first. What do you expect your clients to do, and how are they supposed to talk to you, proceed with you, all that kind of stuff? Because I know walking in, I'll ask them stuff, and then they'll just sometimes they'll ignore what I'm saying, and they'll do their own thing, which is really irritating, kind of
Then
like
you
you
leave.
with a bad beard trim.
Yeah.
It's just stuff like that. It's like they don't really listen.
Turn
So
around and
what do you
walk out.
expect? What do you expect me as a customer to know about you, and how to communicate with you?
So yesterday I have a client walk in. He sits in my chair and he says, I said, how you doing today? What are we getting? How are we getting our haircut? I don't care.
Oh,
I
yeah.
said, I don't care either. You know. I said, so if I shave it, you're going to be fine. No. Let's not go that far. I said, so what are we getting? So knowing what style you'd like to have is one of the greatest things you can give to a barber. You know, a picture, knowing maybe how the last barber cut your hair.
Yeah.
You know what
The
guards.
funniest ones are those unrealistic pictures, though. Like, do this with my hair.
do.
They want like the Brad Pitt with super curly hair. Like, dude, that's not gonna work, bro.
Yes.
So what do you do when what happens when someone does bring that picture in and says, I want to look like this person and I can't? What do you say?
I tell them I want to look like, like you just name somebody that I want to look like Larry Wheels, but I'm not that big, right? Like, it's just not gonna happen. What do you really want? Like, be realistic here. I can do this and this and this, but this part probably not going to happen. Just be honest.
Being specific with what you want, and what would you recommend if someone doesn't know like the certain names for certain haircuts and things like that, and they want a certain what's the best way? What would you suggest a client says, or should they bring pictures? What would you guys suggest if they don't know like what they want, like specifically?
So go ahead, Dave.
No, you can go, Mike. It's cool, man.
So what I like to see is I like clients that bring in their last haircut, not a movie star or anything like that. I like to see a haircut that they love, that they've had, so I can try to recreate what they have on their hair.
There you go. That's smart.
Yeah.
I like that answer. What about you, Dave?
I'm that guy that they'll say what they want, right? And then I'll try to make it that much better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I don't do crazy painting on people's hair. I will if they ask for it. Like, I'm sure Michael hasn't ran into too much of that, but where I was from in Orlando, they were like, oh, can you do my lineup? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll do a killer lineup. And I'm like, oh, can you use a little bit of some Beijing? And I'm like, man, you don't need Beijing. Look at this lineup. You got a perfect lineup. You don't need none of that. Oh, really? Okay. Well, let me see what it looks like. And then you finish and you're like, oh yeah, you're right. It does look pretty good. I'm like, yeah, usually people use that when they want to show that they didn't screw something up, but
yeah, I don't spray paint with hair, man.
Yeah.
So what's the weirdest? So this is a question from Brett. What is the weirdest request you got from a client to date?
The weirdest one was when and it's usually the old guys, they ask you to trim their nose hairs. You're like, Dude, you're at a barbershop. You can do that at home. Buy one of those little nose hair trimmer things. I don't want to clean mine again. No. So I just took a little bit to his nostril, like straight up right here. And I went
Oh, wow.
snip, 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 snip. I'm like, there.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay.
I've actually had a woman ask me if we bikini wax.
Oh,
What? Say that
really?
again?
I've been asked to give a bikini wax.
he's all red. He's like, oh, I should have
Wrong
said that.
store.
Oh my goodness.
You're in
Yeah,
the
like-
wrong place. That is
No,
not
You're
good.
at a barbershop,
I know.
right?
It's a
She was
different
serious.
license. It's a
Well,
No,
let's
she
see.
was-
Do you offer that behind you? A bikini
That's
wax?
not one of the options on the board. I don't think.
No. No. No.
And also, Vata wants to know what's the average barber school fees where you guys are? Cali can be pretty expensive, 10 to 15K.
I paid $25,000 for my schooling.
Dang.
I paid 7,500.
Yep. Mine was the price of a Civic, a Honda Civic, J
Yeah.
Cruise. Yeah. What are you gonna do about it?
Aldemir. I don't think Michael P's wife knew about that.
I'm not married, man. It's all good.
He's like,
"Do what I
so
want."
needless to say, she came over, I gave her a wax.
Yeah, I learned real quick. No, man. No. My grandmother's watching this, man.
Did you go through some extra schooling then, Dave, on your side for that master barber class? Or
So
for the-
you know, like he asked, like you have to do a perm. Like I've had to do
Yep.
perm. There's female haircuts that I had to learn, like because there's so much sectioning to a female that people are like, why do women pay so much more than guys for haircuts? I'm like, well, your hair kind of goes to your butt, and there's a lot of separating involved in doing this. So I was trying to have fun with it, though. You know what I mean? Like it is an expensive haircut because of the time. It's how long
Yeah.
it takes to do it. Because if you want your hair to be right and you want it all to be the same length, you pay what you pay. That's it.
Mhm.
Done.
Yeah.
Why does it
So-
cost so much to color a female's hair? Because there's
So
14
much hair.
times more. Yeah.
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 Yeah. My wife will actually color my daughter's hair quite a bit. And I know, I think it's her hair's really blonde, but it's been red and brown. And I don't remember ever seeing her blonde since she's been a kid. But I know just buying the stuff ourselves, like at Sally's or something, and coming home, still like 30, $40.
Yeah.
My wife asked, "Can I buy this box color?" I'm like, "Absolutely not." Like, why would you do that? Like, I have all this stuff at home to do it. Buy the real color; it'll last longer.
Right?
Yeah.
So how do you guys keep up with the latest trends and hairstyles and what's going on with, you know, the younger versus the older and all that kind of stuff? Because it seems like it varies.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, so what? I watch YouTube videos a lot, man. I pay attention to these kids walking around. The style that's in right now is big bangs,
Mm-hmm.
you know, big curtain bangs. Yeah, there you go.
That's
But-
how I usually watch like YouTube videos if I don't know how to do something,
Yeah.
and I'll use one of these doll heads and I'll start cutting on it. And
Oh, nice.
that's what I'm doing right now. Is I'm using the doll heads to cut like the different. They like 1 inch. You have to cut 1 inch all the way around, and you have to make sure that you have a what do you call it? They want the taper to show. So it's like, all right, well, that shouldn't be
I
too
pay
hard.
attention to the kids, man.
What's that?
15 to 18-year-old kids, those are the styles that are going to be around, you know.
And what's funny is right now with the latest haircut, like my son and his bangs and his stuff, I'm like, dude, I hate it. Hate it so
Yeah.
bad.
But
that's what's in style.
It reminds
there's
me
a
of
lot-
the 60s.
60s.
What was that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the Beatles coming back. Yeah, man.
Yep.
Brett
Yeah,
wants to
Hairstyles
know.
repeat.
It seems like a lot of 60s to like 80s styles
Yeah.
are coming back in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is the women's claw. That's what I always called it in the 80s, back in the day, in the early 90s, the women's claw. Is that coming
know-
back in style?
You know how they do that, right? You know how they
Uh-uh.
do that, don't you? They have like that really big curling iron, and they spray the shite out of
Yeah.
it with the
Really?
that aqua.
But you
Fizz
know
or
what I'm
whatever it's
talking
called.
about, right? That huge claw
yeah.
that they always had.
The Peggy Bundy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. When I get moms in here telling the kids that they want the bangs gone, I don't know why I said, but back in the 80s, you had the poof, you know, the big,
Yeah.
you know. It's
And you
different.
had what the huge shoulder pads the women did.
Yes, man.
Oh man, those were bad.
Especially in their suit coats, like
Yes.
Marcy Darcy pads. Remember we still
Yeah.
have that?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Too funny.
So
But-
Brett wants to know if you guys have been asked to color their beards.
Yeah, I won't do it. Yeah.
I've done like I'll do touch ups. Like I won't go super stupid with like a dye or anything, but I'll do like 2 to 3 day stuff, like Beijing or something like that, where
Yeah.
people have like a little bit of gray and they just kind of want to clean it up, make it look all, like black guys usually will have a lot of gray in their beard and they're like, hey, can you color it a little bit? Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had
I'm
a-
married with children.
I had a guy with a big white beard come in the other day. It's pretty beard. He wanted to dye it black, just pure black. I didn't let him.
You know
Just
how hard
let-
it would be to
dude,
color
so
that though?
when you have a white, like it's a pure white, like no silver or
Yeah.
anything, it's just white. Dude, those
It
beards
was
are
nice.
epic.
it was
And it's so
nice.
hard to get it to hold the color too, because there's
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
doesn't have any of the awesome whatever the colored beards have. I forget what it's called again, but yeah.
I'm starting to get what
Or-
Michael has right here. Those the gray strips right here.
Fangs.
Mhm.
Yeah. I always
Wonder why
ask.
it's always right here.
What
I've
is
got
it?
one strip right here, and it drives me nuts. But that's what I
It
have.
looks good though, man. It's your beard, buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Casey's beard. But
Yeah.
quick question, more questions are coming in. So
I like that one.
so
Yeah.
Ken, so you have a collection of doll heads with tight fades.
I throw them away once the hair's gone and they're gone. They're gone.
Hey,
But they're
look-
not cheap, man. These things
No,
are
no,
they're,
no.
they're not cheap. They're,
They
they
come
take
They are
in-
hair out of
scary,
them,
I'm not
so.
gonna lie.
Good.
And then Andrew Carlisle says, Michael, what do you do or say when you're about to give a beard trim and the customer's beard has been messed up the previous trim? Dave laughed at me and called me names when he saw mine.
Wrong one.
No, I try to make them feel what it is most men don't want to go to a barber to get a beard trim because they have had a messed up beard in the past.
All of us, I would say 100% of everyone in chat listening, will listen.
Yeah.
All of us have had one.
Are you ready for the
That's-
reason why? I'll tell you the
Yeah.
number one reason why they get screwed up beard trim. Because they go to a barber and say, I want a beard trim.
Yeah.
You want a beard shape up,
Yeah.
aka
Yeah.
please hedge my beard.
Yep.
Don't take any length off. Just clean it up. Like that's usually what you
Yeah.
should say to them. You guys say trim, and they're like, "Oh, how much do you want to trim off?" I don't know, like a half inch. Not knowing a half an inch is like an inch on a beard.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
And that's what I said before. It's good that the client is specific and coming to you with a specific idea what they want, and they know how to convey that message to you.
Yep.
Because if you just walk in and say, I want a beard trim, who knows what's going to happen, right?
Yeah. But I go through pictures and I'll show them pictures of maybe where they're headed, because a lot what's in right now with people that I see coming into the shop is they want an angular beard. Not all guys want a big burly beard like we do in the community. They're pretty specific. They don't want cheeks puffing out. I don't mind it. Casey doesn't. We don't mind it. But the
No.
people that we're seeing in the barber shops are not the beard community. You know what I
Right.
mean? I have to give them what they're looking for and need,
right.
Yeah. That's number one is you want the customer walking away knowing that they were happy with what you did as well. So
Oh, yeah.
That is one of the biggest reasons I love being a barber is watching their face when they're done and they see their haircut.
Yes, sir.
And then like when you move, like when I moved from Orlando to Minnesota, this legit happened. It was like a crazy day. It made me feel so good. And that was one of the decision factors of me actually quit my job and doing it again. He called me up to tell me, Dave, he told me, you are the best barber I have ever had. I cannot find someone here anymore that does what you did for me. And I was like, dude, that was, again, one of the most humbling phone calls
Yeah.
or messages I've ever had. And I have it still in recording. I saved it. I was like, that's why you do this, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's just super
Yeah.
cool to see people feel so good. Like, look good, feel good. It's real. I have it on my business cards. That's for
Yeah.
real the way it is.
So you're saying we shouldn't ask for trims, we should ask for shape ups or hedging?
Unless you're like trying to do like a transparency trim, then say a
Uh-huh.
transparency trim. But if you want your beard just cleaned up, say I'm looking to get
And
my
what I'm
beard-
learning though is a lot
Yeah.
of barbers don't know what transparency trims are. They don't know
Right,
what that means.
right. Well, they don't teach that in barber school. They don't
Yeah.
teach you beard stuff. And I took what a lot of people say. Like you'll go into different like chats and you'll watch people talk and you'll see what they want and da 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 da. And I'm like, that is the biggest common mistake that I hear when people say they've had a bad beard trim is they ask for a beard trim. Don't ask for a beard trim. Ask for the barber to head your beard or to shape it
Yeah.
up. Don't ask for a trim. Yeah.
Interesting.
Unless you legit want it trimmed, don't ask for a trim.
Unless you're a really good barber and you ask that question, now what does a trim mean to you?
I do all the time.
Yeah.
That's
No,
just
but I
because
know, I know you two are good. That's
Yeah.
why we had you guys on. But there's a lot of barbers that was like, okay. And they're
Yeah, like
Sit you
I
down and
don't
hack your boot
like
off.
I don't pull out guards when I'm doing a beard trim. I do it mostly the whole thing, even if it's going short, it's all freehand or shears. You know, because a lot of people, the first thing they'll do is take a number 2 to your face and go straight down, and then you've lost half your beard. You know.
yeah.
So I do it a little different than Mike does it. So I'll take actually the side I put on a plastic
Up this
little clip,
way.
all right.
Yeah.
But I actually take their face if they say they want it shaped, and their hair's already combed down. I'll just come down to clean up that edge with a number 3 just to make sure it's all good. And I barely take anything off. I mean, hardly anything comes off when I do it. But I'll just do that, and then I'll clean up if they want the bottom of their beard to be cleaned up. I'll just take nothing, no guard, nothing. Take my trimmer and then there's a difference, trimmer, clipper, guys. Remember that.
Yeah.
So take my trimmer and I just go right down the middle of the beard to get my line up so I know what's straight, and then I just clean everything from there, and it makes it all nice and however they want it. If they want it like curved or if they want it straight or whatever they want. That's how you
Yeah.
do it.
For
See,
those
that's
who, sorry.
no,
Michael,
that's
keep going.
that's the biggest thing is what they want. You know what I mean?
That's
That-
that with even the haircut. You got to make sure
Yeah.
they get what they want. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I'll do eyebrows, man. Eyebrows, that's the new thing now. People want their eyebrow. I'm going to tell you what, dude asked me to trim his eyebrows. I trimmed his eyebrows to a 1.5. That's normally what you do with eyebrows. You go a 1.5. You just clean them up real good so they're not like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude was like, "Oh my God, what did you do to my eyebrow?" I'm like, "You asked me to trim your eyebrows." "Oh, I wanted you to line them up." Well, then why didn't you say freaking line them up, bro? Like, yeah, you're still paying for it too. Like you told me to trim them, dude. You didn't say line up my eyebrows. I'll do that too for you and not charge you for the lineup. How about that? But I'm charging you for the freaking trim of the brows.
Yeah.
I was like, how are you gonna like tell me to trim your eyebrows and then yell at me because I did what you asked me to do?
Yeah.
I'll be
That's
honest,
what I'm
I've never
saying, though.
asked-
Yeah.
I've never asked. my
Terminology is everything when you go into
Yeah.
barber.
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
And you have to sometimes even ask. A taper can be different from a white person to a Hispanic person to a black person. There's
Yeah.
3 different kinds of tapers you can do. So it depends on what area you're in and who's asking for it. So
Yeah.
What's funny is I'm to that age, and it's embarrassing for me. Now it's not, but at the first point of it was when they're trimming your beard, or not trimming your beard, but trimming your hair and cutting and all that kind of stuff. And then they look at you and like, "Do you want me to get your ears and your eyebrows too?" And you're like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
I guess I didn't realize that was a thing that I needed done.
It's amazing how, Mom, you know, we look at our faces, our beards all the time, but you know, turn your head and look in that ear to see what's growing in there. You know,
Yeah.
because everyone's got it.
It should be automatic though. I do it automatically. I trim the eyebrows and the ears.
Without asking, you'll just do it.
Yeah, man.
Vato, if you had
Part of the
Instagram,
service.
you could see pictures if you had Instagram, Vato.
Yeah. Do you guys have pics posted of your work? Spato wants to know.
Yeah.
I do, Vato. Yeah,
He does all on Instagram.
Yeah.
And
Instagram though.
that's posted in the description, right? Both of
Yes,
theirs?
it is.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then Brett wants to know: do you guys shave heads with a straight razor?
Yeah.
Michael, are you bald?
Huh?
Are you bald,
Yeah.
or do you have hair?
Oh man, there's a
You
big
saw
spot
hair.
out there, buddy. No, it's big.
Dude, I hit a certain age, and it's creeping.
That's why I'd shave mine because I got that super stupid 45-degree angle line. It's
Yeah.
so annoying. I'm like, you know,
No,
I'm
it
just gonna
gets
shave my
shaved
head.
in the summertime.
Yeah,
Get a
like
bald
it's. I
spot
think it's
right
awesome.
here and then in the back.
Having it shaved is like the easy, especially as a barber.
It's
Like
true.
it's hard to maintain a bald head too. By the way, I don't know if people understand that, but they're like, "Oh, you just shave your bald." Yeah, that's not hard. Why would a barber do?
And it's
like
so
growing a
expensive
beard,
for
man.
barbers to do it too.
It's like growing
Yeah.
a beard. It isn't as easy as y'all think it is sometimes.
Yeah.
I'd rather shave a head all day than cut hair.
Really?
Yeah. I'd shave heads all day. Yeah.
Yeah, shaving heads is fun.
It's
I enjoy it
easiest
too.
money. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Yes.
Daniel goes, my favorite thing when I go for a trim, my barber rubs like eucalyptus cream on my face and puts a hot towel on and uses a massager on my face. So relaxing. That's one
That's
thing
what
about
we
barbers
use.
I love.
Yeah, hot
Yeah.
towels.
We use
are
I
great.
use a lot
eucalyptus.
of. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
We use eucalyptus spray on our hot towels. Every one of them.
Dang.
It's for soothing, relaxing.
So what I do, I have a tea tree concoction, right? What I do is I take my towel and I put it into this big bowl full of tea tree water, hot water. And then I roll the bad boys up, put it in my warmer. And when people come in, I put it on their face. They're like,
Yeah.
Right?
I love
Yes,
tea tree.
man.
and then
Well,
my
tea tree and
babyless,
eucalyptus. You
my
can mix the
babyless
two together.
massager. Oh,
Yes,
that thing
man.
is so that thing's super expensive, but it's legit the best massager I've ever used.
What is it?
The babyless massager.
Uh-huh.
It's
Fabulous.
babyless.
Babyless?
Yeah, we're American. We're not from freaking France or whatever. It's babyless.
I'm really,
get into-
I was
don't
so
get into
thrown off.
it
I'm
with Dave
what
on
the
this
frick is Babel
conversation.
or Babyless?
I call it babblers.
It's a babyless.
Liz. Yeah.
This is America, okay? It's like when people say Louisville, right? They just say what they want to say. That's what I'm saying. They just
I would
And the whole state says
in
it.
my head too, Brett. I definitely would trust them with the razor.
Sorry. That threw me off. I'm like, what the freak is Babyless? I'm like, is that like it?
Yeah.
it cries and it cuts hair at the same time.
All right. So moving on from the Babyless. So Michael, specifically you, just because Dave is kind of an outlier for this question, but is product knowledge taught to your barber shop, to your barbers? What is generally their knowledge of products? You know, so let's say they come in and they want to sell you oil or sell you or teach you about why oil is important for your beard. Do they know that?
What do you mean? Talking about oil, beard oil?
Yeah, absolutely. Or any type of product, because it seems like every time I go in, they really don't know anything.
Yeah. This shop that I just started at, because I've only been at this shop for about 3 weeks now. I was at another shop that was specifically beards. It was called Beards and Beers that didn't know a thing about beards. I hate to say it, but they just didn't.
Hey, tell it how it is, Mike. Preach, bro.
Yeah.
Get it.
But this shop that I'm at now, they want to know, you know. We're trying to get better beard oil products. We have 2 or 3 or 4 bearded men that work here, and they understand it, which is one of the reasons I made the move. Yeah. But we're about to reach out to a few companies and see if we can't get their products in here to try for sure, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like when I was in Orlando, I was the beard barber in our shop. The one that I did in Orlando there where I would film all the time. Yeah, everybody that had a beard, anything, they'd be like, go talk to Dave. That's what they would say every time. It's like, man, y'all should know this. Y'all been barbering longer than me.
Yeah,
What's going on?
Yeah. It's way more than just putting some hair on your face, you know. It's way more than that.
Well, a lot of it too is like, I don't know if you did, Mike, but I had a ton of hair product training. Like gels and pomades and whatever, but there's differences in like how one makes one shine, how a man makes it look, you know, like not as shiny, kind of like there, you know. But the product that I found the most that I really like, and it's the only product that I found from that company. I don't know if you've ever heard of Maverick.
Yeah.
They have a really awesome clay, and then they have an awesome pomade that I use. Those are like the 2 hair products I use. That's it. And I specifically buy those. I have to order them, but that's what I use on my clients.
Yeah, we have a bunch of Layrite and Suavecito, man.
Suavecito is not good for you.
No. I like Layrite. We use the shit out of Layrite. Scrap. Sorry.
No, he said poop.
I did say poop, man.
Wait.
Probably,
Michael, what did you say? Say it one more time for everyone to hear. What'd you say?
Poop.
I'm such a little kid.
Michael just did a boom boom.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I know the answer to this, but both of you as barbers feel there's a need for more beard care training in barber schools or in barber school or whatever.
100%.
They should have it in school. You pay.
Yeah.
I paid the price of a Honda Civic. Did I say it one more time? $25,000 for school. They should teach me how to do beards too. There's a lot with female hairs for like layers and like coloring. I ain't gonna do all that coloring stuff as a barber, right? But I want to learn what men want too.
Yeah.
Because 90% of our customers are men, right? And the females that come in, and a lot of females come to barbershops because they want that sleek short cut. That, you know what I mean? A lot of them like that. So I mean, I don't know.
And obviously, Mike needs to learn how to do a bikini wax.
No,
I'm not kidding. That happened, man.
That's one of those things, Michael, I'll never forget. I think that is hilarious that someone asked you to do that at a barbershop.
Yeah.
So I see Andrew asked me a question. Did
Yes.
you see that? Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
No, I'm good.
He asked me a question about what that hair product was.
What, for the dry skin?
For the dry skin. Yeah, it's actually, you can get it at your local Target or your local Walmart. It's called Cantu, and it's a curly hair moisturizer, but I use it a lot with black hair. But somebody said, oh, well, that's got coconut, or that's got alcohol in it, Dave. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's from the coconut oil. That's derived from the coconut. It's good alcohol. It's okay. You guys need to do your homework before you see alcohol and freak out. I promise it's okay. Promise. Yeah.
Cantu's good.
I used to think that myself too until I've done more research on it, and I realized there are some good alcohols.
Very little, but there are.
It's a 12-ounce can. He makes fun of me because you can't see it in my hand.
Yeah, you look like you got a little itty bitty.
Yeah, it is what it is. I have big hands.
Is it a 12-ounce can?
Yeah, it's a cherry coke.
No, it's actually a 16 ounce. He's lying.
Big hand, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I'm the opposite.
But I agree with Dave 100% that barber schools do not teach the things that they need to teach when it comes to men's.
Well, and the other problem is, like, I went to Paul Mitchell, and they make beard oil.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it is the worst beard oil I've ever seen. I had a friend of mine that was there when we were barbering, right? We were doing learning or whatever. He bought a thing of it. I said, dude, don't put that in your beard. I'm going to try it. I'm like, dude, I just gave you a whole bunch of free, like when I was there, I was giving product away because I was reviewing it, right? So I was like, here, guys, use this stuff. This is real stuff, right? Like, and they're like, he tried it and he's like, yeah, it didn't really work that well. And I'm like, I told you it wasn't going to work that well. I told you. Like, what do you need me to do? Write it out in crayon so you can read what I'm telling you? Like, come on, dude.
So what if someone's thinning, and they still want to keep their hair? What style of haircuts do you guys recommend?
Can you see the scalp?
I would say, or mine, like I have.
Yeah.
My hair used to be down to like here. It's going.
Yeah.
I guess it varies. It varies. Yeah. Mine or something like yours, Michael. Not to offend you by any means, but
no, you're fine.
I would say probably mine. I mean, you can see this spot right here I've got that's really thinning on top there. So about the only thing I could do when I had hair was to try to use that comb over look. And I got so tired of doing that and messing with that. I just shaved it off.
I'm sorry. When I see that, dude, I'm like, just cut it off, bro.
Yep.
Just, it's time. Like, I had a guy actually who he was like, I don't know, Dave, what do you think? Is it time? Should we cut it off? I'm like, you want me to be honest with you, or do you want to keep your hair? And he's like, you think I should cut it? I'm like, it's not my hair, bro, but when you're walking around, the wind blows, you're still bald. Just saying, just saying, it's still gonna blow up.
It took a year and a half worth of convincing from Dan C and from a bunch of other guys in chats to finally build up the courage to do it. But since I've shaved my head, it's so much better.
I've actually learned something. I had a guy, and this is a true story. This is from experience. Okay, I had a guy came in. He was balding. All right, and he had a style haircut that was shorter, but it wasn't super short yet. Right. So he still had hair, but you could see the bald. So I told him, I said, let's go like a half all the way around. Let's put some of this Cantu in here. Let's like manipulate the scalp. I want you to take this and put it in. I gave him some tea tree mint oil, right? Mm-hmm. Said, I want you to put this in your hair like once or twice a week. I'm like, and then when you come back, we'll keep, cleaning it up. I'll massage your head every time. We'll make sure we get a little bit of some therapy on there. And I'm kidding you not. This dude's hair legit started growing back.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Really?
he's like, Dave, you made I can't believe I have hair. Dude, it's growing back. I'm like, don't jinx it, bro. Just let it grow, dude. Like, you know, like,
Be
just,
happy with
just-
it and
he was
let it grow.
so like, when I tell you my clients were pissed when I left, they were so upset. And I know why. It's because a lot of barbers think, and I used to hear it from people in my shop that I worked at. These guys think they know what they want. I'm the barber. I know what you want. I'm like, no, you don't. Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean you know what they? I'm like, it flabbergasted me when I'd hear it. I'm like, get out of here, you guys. Like,
Yeah.
you paid for school to learn to do what people want you to do. Make them happy.
Exactly.
It's not about
Right,
you,
right.
dude. It's about them. They come there to feel better. If you don't make them feel better about themselves and they leave and they're not happy with what they have, you didn't do your job. End of
Yeah.
story.
Yep.
Yep.
So, what happens though, Michael, if they have your style of hair? What type of haircut are you going to give them if they don't want to go bald?
If they've got 2 or 3 inches to play with, and you layer it correctly, you can stand that up to where it kind of hides it. But I'm with Dave. Once they bend over, you can kind of see through it. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
to me, I shave it. That's just me.
Like
I
I
try
know a
to
lot of
create.
I
I try to
barbers.
create them a style that's going to not really hide, but kind of show off what they do have. That's trendy. You know.
Right, and it's a case by case, right? Too like
Yeah.
if you had like a bald spot back here, I'd say try
Which I
going for
don't.
like, but I would say
Yeah.
try going for like the flat top, the
Yeah,
old
man.
military marine cut.
Yeah.
I'd say try something like that because the marine guys, when they get older, they get the bald spots, but they keep that cut because it's still their hair. You know what I mean? So
But with
really
what
depends on the person.
now that you showed me where it's high up here, is it? Let me see it.
Yeah. He's got
It's
an
like I
Yeah,
have full head of hair and everything.
Yeah.
It's just doing the crow's feet. So it's just like, I mean, literally, it's just done. It used to be like right here, and
Yeah,
so
I would
slowly
take
it's
the
just,
sides up, like he said, a little bit higher, man. Try to blend all that in.
huh?
Well, and then too, like when you start balding and your hair pushes back, I had some guys where they would have like their thing, it would come out here, like out here, but they were bald, right? So I would clean it up so it would come down and look nice up to their head and square it off.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, nobody's ever tried that before. I'm like, oh, cool. That's why you come here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so Nicholas has a question for us. Michael P. and Dave, what percentage of your male client have long hair, meaning shoulder length hair? What style would you tell them to go for?
Go ahead, Dave.
I usually ask them what they're looking for real. Every single time I'm like, what are you trying to do with your hair? You growing it out? Do you want to go shorter? Do you want me to give you so you have long hair on top and shorter on the sides? What is your goals? Like, what are you trying to do? Like, I could do anything I want to this because I love cutting lots of hair off. Let me tell you, that's my favorite thing to do. But I mean, if they want a certain style and they have all that hair to work with, I'm like, you tell me. You know what I mean? Like, I could do 30 different things with his hair because there's so much of it. I'm like, what do you want? You know? So it's like, it's really up to them. Really.
Yep. And again, it goes back to pictures for me. You know, if they come in, they say I want an inch off, and then they'll be back in a few months. I'm like, bring a picture the next time. Look at things that you like, you know, and then we'll try to mimic it. But if they don't want long hair anymore, I try to keep some hair for them and not taking it all off. That's just me. I give them something like the American Psycho. Have you seen his hair? Christian Bale's hair.
Yeah.
You know, try the curtain thing. And I like to create. I don't know.
Fair.
But
I like that.
That's part of being a barber, right? I mean,
Yeah.
in your own right, you're kind of an artist.
Yeah.
You've got a different painting each time that you're trying to make it look better. I mean, you're just trying to fix up that painting to make it look better. You know what I
Picasso.
mean? Yeah. You're all Picassos when it comes down to it.
I like it, Picasso.
Yeah.
Jason
But the
Klein
truth
asked-
is, man,
Jason messaged me today. I don't know if Jason's still in the chat, but he goes, how far down should you shave your sideburns if you are bald and bearded?
Right here.
oh yeah. Yep.
You want to go here? Probably like I would say the very highest. I would say 0.25, right?
Yeah.
And then I usually take a 3 to like right here, open. I
Okay.
cut that up here, and then I go like a 3 closed, and then I'll do a 2 until I get to that. Sometimes a 3 open I'll do right here, and then I only got to do like a 2 here, and it looks blended perfect. It just depends on the beard, you know.
Yeah.
So
What do you call that piece right there?
This thing?
we said, didn't we say dot
The
or like
stiff
No, we
part.
said ear nub.
The nub.
the ear nub?
ear
Yeah,
nub.
the nubbin. That's what it was.
The nub.
The
This is my
stiff
good nub.
middle.
This is my bad nub.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with Dave, man. I don't take it no further than that. Yeah.
Would you guys get a tattoo on the top of your head now that you're bald?
No.
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 So Dan,
I do my neck,
Are you back?
but I
back
would
to
never,
Michael
because my
Twister?
beard hides my neck. But I would never do anything on top of my face. Or
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, Dan, I will.
You got something on there, Dave. You tattoo your neck, you hide all that transparency behind.
I don't have any. I wear black shirts.
No, I look at
Mike, I'm
So,
getting beat up here, buddy. Help me out. Come on.
Time is starting to get
I'm
here.
new here.
Oh, Jason's here. So we heard your answer. So quick question, and then we'll ask what Dan asked and all that kind of stuff. But the question is why would we go to a barber shop rather than do it ourselves when it comes to beard hedging, beard shape ups, transparency trims, things like that?
You want to go first?
I'll go ahead, buddy.
All right. So what I recommend is if you're afraid to go to the barber and it's not a fun thing for you. Obviously, you want to find a barber that makes it fun, right? But I recommend going to a barber to get like a starting point for cleaning up your beard.
Yeah.
Once they get it the way you want it, then you can maintain it yourself for a month. Go back in, have them clean up, make it look like it did again. Go back again. Doesn't mean you can't get your haircut in between. Just don't touch my beard until that month. You know what I mean? So yeah, like every other haircut or whatever. But that's my recommendation. Going to a barber to get that where you want it because you're afraid or timid or think you're not going to do it right. Explain to them, show them what you're trying to do with your beard. Let them know, hey, I want to keep this, but this I kind of want to come like this instead of so much like, or whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah.
I want it to V coming down instead of just coming down. You know what I mean? So that has some kind of shape to it. Okay, cool. So then you do that for them, and then they just got to maintain it. You know what I mean? So that's honestly what I think is really good for having a beard barber. But
Nice.
Yeah.
Good answer.
How's
Michael?
it my turn? Oh, can you repeat the question?
Why would we want to go to get our beard trimmed, shape ups, hedging, anything like that? Why would we want to go to a barber rather than just do it ourselves at home?
If you have a beard as long as mine, doing it at home, but if you've never had a beard trim before and it is as long as mine, you're not going to make that thing look like I can make it look so that you can maintain it later, So, it's like Jay Cruz's video today, Healthy Bearded. He likes the tight lines. You're not going to get those razor sharp lines at home to make that pop, You're not going to get this crispy back here in the back. If you want that, because all beards aren't the same. Some want the squared off, boxy look, like Dave said, the round. Some people want this faded in, a complete fade. But you're not going to get that at home. But if we're talking about
fade that in, I've never seen anyone fade it.
I can make
I
that
fade them.
crispy clean, man. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but
Usually, if you want, you can do it down into here and then fade them up to the side. People
Wow.
like when people have like, Dan, when certain people, I really want to trim Dan's beard. You guys don't understand. All right. So, anyways, Dan has like that right here. He's got that floofy part. I don't know if you ever see it, but it comes out below his ear.
I think he calls it a little calic or something like that.
Yeah, but it's on both sides. I'm like, you don't have colics on both ears, bro. Nice try. But anyway, I gotta bust his job. He's gonna let me cut it one day. But anyways, or trim it, not cut it. Maybe just one hair. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But anyways, like those things when you do it, like you can fade that out so it's not so frilly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and it's part of fading. And actually, Andy, he made a comment to me one day about it. He's like, "Hey man, you got to do another video on how you fade that beard." So I'm like, "All right, maybe that's a good idea."
So Ian was talking about how he kind of is feeling he wants to change his beard look, and what Michael P was saying he wants to do that. That's the.
Hey, man,
the
you need to drive to Louisville, buddy.
It's called Louisville, Michael.
To Louisville. I'll get you together in Louisville.
Louisville. That's the
my
Midwest
goodness.
pronunciation.
There's a shop right there.
I literally do believe that going to a barber is in your best interest.
Yeah. But you need to make sure that you do your homework on the barber before you let them, you know what I'm saying?
One thing you standing behind me and looking at all angles of your client, I guess, in the chair, you can see a lot more than I can, just like Michael was saying. I can't necessarily see all those angles in the mirror unless I have mirrors all the way around me, and then it's still hard. So, barbers just have that better angle at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for you guys personally, when you're shaving your heads, do you use a skull shaver or something sort like that, or do you do a straight edge like you, razor? Like, what do you guys use for you personally when you're doing it yourself?
It's like a Babyless shaver.
Yeah. The babylesses are amazing.
Yeah.
They're super. No, I've been using you use babyless, just the clipper, or do you use the trimmer, or what do you use?
I use a skeleton trimmer.
Okay.
And then I use a blonde.
Yeah, I use the skull shaver. I have one of those. But I've been really into Mach 5. So I've been trying razors. And as of lately, I enjoy it because it takes longer for it to grow back. So it's for me lately, I've just been liking the razor.
Kind of like McMahon, what he does. What he's.
Sorry. My phone's dying.
Oh no.
Oh no. Well, we're almost done. We have 7 minutes.
Yeah,
but,
7 minutes left, so you made it most of the way, Michael.
So
you're
two
good.
questions. Dan B wants to know: is there any way you guys would ever start your own school or classes when it comes to beard care and beard specific knowledge?
I would love. Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
No, I'm just saying I'd love to. I've not had it in. Like, it's not in my mind right now. No.
So out here in Minnesota, I don't see a lot of classes. They don't have like classes at all. So that's one of the things I want to do is eventually get it in the barbershop that I'm at and have them come in. People from other barbershops come in and we show them different ways of doing the haircut, or have a guest barber come in, or, you know what I'm saying? Like just something different so they can see from somebody else the things you've been saying. Or it's weird when you got somebody you work with all the time and then you hear somebody else say something, you're gonna like, oh man, do you see how easy it was when he said da 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 da? I'm like, yeah, dude, I've been telling you that for a year, but you don't want to freaking listen to me. But
Right.
it is. It's just like mom and dad trying to tell you something, right? But you listen to Tyson, you know, or whatever.
And
But what's great about the shop I'm working in right now is the shop owner wants to know about beards. He wants to learn.
5 guys who are knowledgeable too.
Yeah, he wants to know. That's why he had me come here, is the way I feel. He wants better beard products in his shop, and he wants to know how to cater to bearded men, you know. It's a big thing in Louisville. Well, it's all over the nation, but if you really open your eyes, there's so many beards out there, man.
so many.
You know, and we get a ton. We would get more if somebody else hadn't messed their beard up the first time, you know. Now they won't come.
Well, and I think that's why a lot of men are just hesitant going in and even getting a beard trim, just because of the horror stories they've heard, or they had a friend that, you know, had a bad beard trim, or they have one at one time, and I hope that we can break that stigma against barbering and beard care in barbering. I really hope that we can do that sometime so that you can feel comfortable walking into a shop anywhere, you know? So
that's why I agreed to come on here, man, because it's crazy how many barbers do not know, you know.
A bunch.
It
like
really
even the
is.
ones that are in barber school teaching barbers don't know.
Yeah,
and
man.
that's the scary part.
It's crazy how some people don't know how to say babyless too.
Babyless,
or Louisville.
Or Louisville.
I think. Hold on, the Louisville thing was born into me. It was just bred into me.
You're from there originally, Michael?
Yeah.
So, Michael and Dave, do you go to a barber, or do you or do you do it yourself?
I do my own beard. Yeah.
There you go. And then, are you close?
Yeah, I won't let nobody touch it.
He wants to know if you're close to Ken, just because you're close together.
About
Has he-
45 minutes.
Have you cut his hair before? His
No,
beard?
he keeps telling me he's coming, but he's not doing it.
Yeah, Ken, the false promise coach.
No, he'll make it. I think.
Oh, he will.
Let me have my time. Calm down. He's
Never
my boy.
mind.
I just still got to give him
Ken's a
grief.
good dude. He'll make it there.
Yeah, he will. He will.
No, he
Well,
will.
you know, the times haven't been the greatest for anyone lately. So, and we're starting to get around to back to normal kind of again. So hopefully
Yeah.
soon it can get that way.
Except gas. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so before we leave, we have a couple minutes left, literally a couple. What are some pet peeves that you wish we knew that barbers just like, you know what I mean? Just what are some pet peeves barbers have that we as consumers or clients should know?
Don't wear a hat before you get a haircut all day.
I always do.
Yeah, but you're bald. You know, you're very ashamed. You know, some of these guys, they come in and you either have to wash it first before you cut their hair, or don't come in with a ton of product, maybe some clean hair. That would be great.
Yeah, showering before you come in is a
Yeah.
very good thing. It
Yeah,
makes it a
it
lot
seems like a
easier.
lot of guys come from the gym and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's okay. I'll spray, as long as they don't have product in, I'll spray their hair down with water.
Yeah, yeah.
But
If you're
if you come in
kid-
with a bunch of product, you're paying for a hair wash. It's happening.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Or make sure your kid's hair is combed for sure.
Yeah.
Is
That's
what?
got to be one right there. Keep your head still
Yeah.
for sure.
Awesome. Well, guys, I appreciate you coming on, dude. It's 7:00. I can't believe how fast that went.
It was quick.
It was. And everyone, I will have Michael P on. Sheesh. I got to write down.
Sunday,
I have
right?
the date. I have you down on the 1st of May.
1st of May
Uh-huh.
for a Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
And so we'll get to know Michael in depth there. And I'm excited for that because you're a good dude, man. Appreciate you being on here. Dave, likewise,
Yeah.
you're a stud. Appreciate
Thank
you,
you
man.
both.
You too, man. Yeah.
I'm glad I finally got to talk to you all, like personally, instead
Yeah,
of
we'll
just
stay in touch. I'm horrible about keeping in touch with anyone, but definitely. It was fun to have you here, Michael. Seeing you, like I said, you almost get to know these people in chats, like you know them, but it's always good to have that face to face. So,
Michael, how busy are you? How far in advance would I have to reach out to you to make a trip to see you?
couple weeks.
Really? You're that far
fills
out?
up- It fills up fast. This is a busy shop.
Good for you, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
I would do it a couple. Sometimes you can get in here through the week, you know, but
So did you put the barbershop on your bio or?
yeah,
Okay.
everything's linked. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I got a
perfect.
Booksy app.
And just
It's,
what's the name of that
handsome.
barbershop?
Handsome Fellows Barbershop.
That fits.
I know that. I've heard of that
Look at
before.
you
Online,
got the
I found
handsome
it.
fellow working there. Look at that.
Handsome.
Oh, Casey.
And it's in Louisville, Kentucky.
That's Louisville.
It's
for
Louisville.
you
Yeah.
regular people.
That's Louisville from where
It's in normal people. Yeah.
Vato wants to know appointments versus walk-ins.
Appointments. usually on the
Appointments.
You don't do walk-ins?
We do sometimes. It says it on the door.
But usually you're too
Sometimes.
busy.
Yeah, it says
you're
appointment
booked up,
always. Walk in sometimes.
list.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, what about you, man? Are you going to be working for yourself or are you going to be having working for a barbershop?
I'm going to work for a barbershop first
Okay.
and get my clientele built up here in Minnesota with still doing my own marketing and probably still cutting from home. But as soon as I can, I would like to have my own shop.
Own shop.
Nice.
I'd like something to pass on to the kids, you know? I think it'd be
Yeah.
fun.
Man,
Pretty cool. But yeah.
that's
Yeah.
awesome, brother. I'm
Yeah,
rooting
well-
for you, bro.
we're gonna do this thing, man.
I think everyone roots for everyone in this community.
Absolutely.
I think it's really cool how we all just strive to be our best, and we're all rooting. So,
Oh yeah.
but Michael and Dave, appreciate you guys. Everyone, appreciate you. I just laughed at this.
Thank
Things and stuff, barbershop.
you.
All right, you guys have a wonderful day. And Michael, what we
Thank
do
you,
is we always chit chat after, so don't
Yep.
leave.
Okay.
And
All right.
we'll talk to you guys. We'll talk
Thank
to
you,
you
everyone
on
in chat.
Sunday. See you
Have a
guys.
good night.
See you guys.
Razor and you shoot.